Hey, we are back live in studio. It's the Findlay Hyundai Studios. They're having a big moving sale this weekend. Get on down there. They got some 0% interest on all the remaining 2024 models. Select 25s up to 48 months. I'll save you thousands of dollars. Big moving sale. They're going to be moving to exit 13. Findlay Hyundai doesn't want to move all those cars. They want to send you home with a brand new ride for Turkey Day. So get on down there on the saving side of the freeway. The Chips, not once but twice. The Crimson Cliffs Mustangs are in the building. And we've got Coach Wayne, and we've got 5 of these captains, senior leaders that are still probably going, holy smokes, what a way to go back to back. And Coach, I'm going to start with you for just a second and just kind of get your quick hitter thoughts before we bring the guys in. But has it settled in? Has it resonated? Back-to-back championships. What an epic comeback it was.
No, we're still reeling. You know, it's crazy, these young men and the effort and the mindset that they showed up with in that fourth quarter and throughout overtime. So just an incredible memory, incredible experience, and just grateful to do that with these young men.
I looked up at the Jumbotron when it was 48 or 42-21, and I saw you, arms were all crossed, and you were staring into the sky, and it looks like you were thinking of what went wrong at that point in time. I mean, I know I heard your post game with Tony Parks. You said you'd be lying if you didn't have some doubt that you guys were going to win that game at one point there in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's interesting that the Jumbotron caught me in that moment. I was actually more mad at myself looking up at the sky. I remember that moment quite clearly because I was honestly having a talk with God and myself and saying, what did I do to these young men? And these young men just didn't they didn't give up, man. The mindset that they had, which we preach quite a bit, talk about how we approach things. And, you know, even me as a 42-year-old man, and like I told these young men, we all have our moments of doubt in life, and whether that be in football or in real life, but it's about sticking to your core principles, to your core values and what you believe in. And they had to remind me of that in that moment. And so you're always learning, you're always growing, no matter what age you are, and you're always teaching. And these young men taught me a lot.
And Coach, we heard a little bit of that after the game, that the players had to kind of pick you up on the sidelines.
Yeah, for sure.
As that's normally not the case. You're normally the one amping everybody up, being the fiery guy and all that, but your players were the ones that had to pick you up in that game.
Yeah, I said it in my headset to some of my coaches. I said, I'm confused right now. I'm shocked what's going on. And, you know, I just looked at McKay and Max and a bunch of these young men and Maddox and these boys. They just kept fighting, and you looked at them and they said, hey, let's go. We can do this. And it was quite interesting. And so at that moment when we saw that, you know, Coach Ann and I were having a conversation of, okay, what are we going to do if we score right here? It's 10 minutes left on the clock. Are we going to go for an onside? We felt like we needed to steal one. And so there was just a lot of thoughts going through our heads. I mean, what team kicks 3 onsides, doesn't get any of them, and still has a chance to win the dang thing? It's quite incredible.
Have you been back and watched the film?
Yeah.
Why did they call illegal touching on the last onside kick? I didn't see anybody touch it. Did you get a better look than I had?
Listen, I don't know what that referee saw, and
it looked like it was 12 yards. Did I miss that, or did I see what you saw?
He said he thought it bounced off of someone. Oh. The ball definitely took a funky bounce, but there wasn't any around it, at least from our perspective. But, you know, it's tough reffing in those moments. I mean,
well, and we're 6 floors up, so
yeah.
we have to go off. We get a good look once on the replay, and that's about it. But I didn't see anybody touch it.
We didn't feel that way either, and to be honest with you, the film isn't super clear enough to be able to state that either. I mean, and the film shows that it doesn't look that way, but you know, it is what it is. You know, it's a tough deal in that moment to see that, and he made a judgment call, and we just had to live with it and just continue to move forward. So
let's bring in Ryder Sherritt. Let's meet the players here for a second. That's Coach Wayne. We'll circle back. I know Paulie's probably got more questions for Coach, but Ryder, 403 yards and a state championship record. You were behind Still Barbin. This was your only year as a starter. You got better and better every week. Just tell me how you're feeling, man. This has got to be special for you and your teammates to come back, and for you to be leading the charge as the quarterback of this team had to be pretty special.
Yeah, it's been awesome. I mean, it's such a great memory just being with my boys my senior year. Just it was awesome.
Take me through that game. Take me through. I don't even know where to start. We can start in the fourth quarter, but I'm really curious that final stretch to tie it at the end of regulation, man. You threw a couple dimes, obviously, to Malachi. Take me through that whole sequence. What was going through your mind? Do you even remember what happened? It's got to be somewhat surreal.
Yeah, it is pretty surreal, but yeah, just that 4th and 5. We knew that if we got it, we just had to hurry up and throw a shot. So once Malachi got to about midfield, we knew that we were just going to take one good shot, try and stop the clock with an incompletion or get the completion down inside the red zone. And, I mean, I just put it up and Malachi did the rest. Yeah, and then from there, we just had to hurry up and spike the ball and then let Malachi do his thing again.
What's the weekend of celebration been like for you and your teammates?
We all got together the next night and had a bonfire. It's been crazy. It still doesn't feel all the way real yet, but it's been awesome.
How much sleep have you got in the last couple of days?
Not very much. I pulled an all-nighter the Thursday night and got home 5 in the morning, and we just started partying from there. So
what was it like? You guys get home, and how many people were there to greet you when you got back into town? I bet the Red Kingdom showed out.
Yeah, there was a few people there. I mean, it was pretty early. Everybody was still traveling a little bit, but yeah, it was awesome to see.
Ryder Share, what's going to be the most memorable play from that state championship game for you? Is there one play that you'll never forget that stands out? What would it have to be?
I don't know. The memory that just keeps coming back is McCord running it in at the very end, right there in triple overtime. Just seeing him cut back, get into the end zone. That's pretty amazing to me.
Yeah. The offsides you helped draw kind of helped Coach Stokes make it pretty easy from the yard and a half line to go ahead and give it to McCord. Let's bring in McCord for a second. That's Ryder Sherritt, quarterback. Heck of a job, buddy. McCord, I mean, from your perspective, the comeback, summarize it. How incredible was it? You guys looked down and out, but you weren't.
Yeah, it was crazy. Just in that fourth quarter, we just started clicking and things just started happening. They fumbled and everything just worked out in our favor, and it was awesome.
Take me through the overtime and then the second overtime. Like, it had to be a blur at this point in time. It's a blur for me, and I called the game. But from a player's perspective, I mean, you guys just made memories with your brothers that you're never going to forget. You guys are going to have a bond stronger than any normal football bond, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, when we were down 20 points and then we make it to overtime, it was just being in overtime was surreal. And then all three of them, it was just crazy.
Oh my gosh, I'm trying to be camera guy and I'm screwing things up. Paulie, help me out here. I'm trying to do camera and interview McCord. McCord, who was more excited other than you? Like, was there one teammate that just went bananas when you guys won the game that you like ran into, or you dogpiled, or you celebrated with? Who enjoyed this as much as you, if not more?
Oh, I think it's got to be Maddox. He was going crazy all game, even before the game. And if there was one dude that knew we could still win after being down 20 points, it was definitely Maddox.
I want to bring Maddox in, but I want Paulie to help me fix the camera. Paulie, can you help me with the camera, please? Jeez Louise, I shouldn't have touched it. There we go.
When you need him, man?
What's that?
Where's David Cordero?
Where's Junior? Where's our camera guy? Hey, those touchdowns. Take me through both touchdown receptions, Malachi. I want to talk, or Maddox. I want to talk to Maddox. Maddox, you've kind of been that blocking guy. Malachi's got a lot of the big touchdowns all year, but you did not go unnoticed from us. I've seen what you've been doing on film. I've seen the blocks you've been throwing. But that first touchdown you got down the sideline, you got two key blocks from two teammates.
Yeah, for sure. Boston and Jackson Holt both had really good blocks and sealed it, and I just went right up and it was open. So yeah, that was really nice to start it out.
Why did McCord pick you? Why was this so special for you?
I just tried, like when we were down, I was just looking at the score and I was just thinking like nothing we can do but believe, and so I just tried to keep the sideline up and keep everyone motivated to go win.
Talk to me a little bit about playing with your twin brother, man. That's got to be fun. I've seen you guys since you're little, running around chasing dad, watching football, and then playing football through the youth ranks. And senior season to go back to back and win it with your dad and your twin. Like, try to describe that for our listening audience.
Yeah, like I don't know, it's kind of a lot of times doesn't feel real because just like it's what you dream about, and it's just awesome because they're both just huge parts of our team. And we can always trust Malachi whenever we need a deep ball, and it's awesome celebrating with him after. And yeah, I love it.
Love it. Had a 46-yarder in that championship game that was huge. Had another big play, two touchdowns, right?
Yeah,
you two touchdowns in that game. How far was the other one? I'm trying to think.
It was from like the 20-ish,
23 or 24.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was huge, man. I love it. It was 18-yarder maybe or something.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Man, oh man. How was the bus ride home?
Oh, it was awesome. Yeah,
Who was the loudest?
Oh, the loudest? Oh, Boston Barrel for sure. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. What's next for you?
I got wrestling today, actually.
Right to wrestling.
Yeah. No
Okay.
break.
Good. What are you gonna try to get to?
Oh, 175.
Okay, so you don't have to cut too much.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty much there already. Yeah.
Nice. All those routes keep you
Yeah, exactly.
lean and mean. How happy was your mom for you and your brother?
Oh, she was down there on the sideline with us, getting hyped after every play on the comeback, and then yeah, she's invested to it as much as we are, if not more. So yeah.
I love it. Let's bring in your brother here for a second. What's it like playing with this guy? You got more touchdowns, you had more receiving yards, but man, he had to flair for the dramatics on Thursday night.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome, but like when teams like put a safety over me or double me, I mean, we got other weapons like McCord, Maddox, J. Holt, and Boston. So I mean, I wasn't worried when they did that against us because I knew that we had other weapons that we could score with.
It was a shootout. As a defensive coordinator, it's a nightmare to try to slow down Spanish Fork. As an offensive coach, it's a dream come true. It seemed like everything, was working well for you guys when it needed to most. When did you guys know that you were going to win this game? Was there ever a point in the game, Malachi, where you said, we're going to win this game?
I mean, I got frustrated a couple times just because I messed up like once or twice, and then things weren't going our way. But I mean, our teammates are awesome, Maddox, and everyone just started picking me up, and just our whole team. And I mean, I didn't think we were gonna lose, but I mean, we just had a lot of belief and just everything about it. We were gonna win that game.
You thought about the rings yet at all?
Yesterday I thought about it, but yeah, it's gonna be fun to.
You're going to put the
design
final
them.
score engraved inside of it? 57-55?
Maybe, I don't know. We all gotta discuss that and see what we want on it, but it'll be fun.
Congrats, buddy.
Thank you.
Let's bring in McKay. McKay, the tackle you made from your middle backer position on Fast, who's a stud. Man, that was the play. Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker play of the game. And there was a game full of big plays. Take me through that play.
Yeah, that play was kind of surreal. It was like slow motion for me. I kind of knew something was going on that side from the beginning, and once I saw the quarterback start running out, I kind of knew exactly what was going on, and I trusted Bryce to kind of make the quarterback pitch it, and so I knew I had to make the play on the running back, and I was able to do so. It was great.
Tell me somebody offered you a scholarship after that game.
Not yet. Hoping soon.
I hope so, too. I keep saying on the broadcast, somebody give this kid a scholarship because he's good enough to play somewhere. You want to play college football, don't you?
Of course, yeah. That's been the goal forever, and that would be amazing to do so.
Why are you not getting any offers? Because you're only 6 foot?
Let's just say we had some good conversations this weekend with some coaches. I think some good stuff's coming from McKay.
Good. That's what I like to hear. All these guys got a chance to play next level,
for
right?
sure. Yeah, excited for all of them.
Now that's the next big decision they got to make.
Yeah, for sure. I think they think the rings is the next big decision. You think winning a state championship part, get a bunch of young men in the room trying to decide on a ring.
McKay, try to summarize this season. I mean, there's so many great memories, but what stands out along the way? I mean, you had to go through a Region 9 team in Snow Canyon. You had to go through the team that wanted revenge in Green Canyon. You had to go through a Skyview team that gave you everything you wanted, and then obviously Spanish Fork. What an impressive performance by them, and they got some gritty kids on their team. But what's going to resonate with you?
This team's been amazing, and it's just been amazing to be part of it. But the thing about this team is that we just got it done when we needed to. We didn't ever there wasn't a lot of times where we blew teams out, but we always won. Other than the first 2 weeks, we knew how to win, and we decided that we were going to win no matter what. And sometimes it got ugly, but we were able to push through. I honestly don't think we were the best team, the most talented team, but we were able to band together and just show that we wanted to win more, and I'm very thankful to be part of it.
The big difference between last year's team and this year's team? You're an integral part of both, but that last year's team had a different persona than this year's team. How hard did Coach Stokes and Coach Wayne push you guys this year to get you on top of the world?
Yeah, I think it was definitely a lot more intense this year. We had a lot more things that we had to fix this year. We had a lot different team, and I'm thankful to be a part of both of them. This team this year, it's taught me more lessons than I could have imagined, and just
I'm just so thankful and proud to be a part of it.
18 tackles in the state championship game, including the 2-point try right at the front of the pylon. McKay hits the Vest kid, who's a good little running back, right in front of the pylon and stops him short. McCord runs it in. 57-55. Crimson state champs back-to-back defending the land. Coach put a bow on the season. It's got to be a pretty special to do it once, but to do it twice has got to be icing on the cake.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you couldn't have had two opposite end of the spectrum teams from last year to this year. Two different types of pressure. I mean, last year we went into the state championship and everyone expected us to win that thing. This year we went into the playoffs and no one really expected us to be there. And so, there's different types of pressures. And these young men, like McKay said, it was a different type of year. As coaches, we approached it quite differently in some of the ways because we just knew we didn't have the experience. So we had to do some things differently. We had to ramp up things in other places. But, Coach Andy did an incredible job with this offense and with what we had. And it's incredible what he's done. And to watch the progression of our offense from week 1 to the state championship. And I joked around with him before that state championship. I said, this will be the first state championship that offense has to win a championship.
You weren't wrong.
And he said, shut up. I said, I'm telling you, man. He kept harassing me about it. And I said, Andy, I'm telling you, we have the offense that can do this. And these young men showed up and did it well. And Coach Andy called an incredible game. And these young men executed an incredible game plan. So we're super excited about that.
You got to try to go do it again next year.
You know what?
Think about that in a week or two.
The goal is the goal always, man. But you just kind of, for us, it's we got to get back in the weight room in December. So that's when it starts in 2-3 weeks.
Coach, thank you so much. Coach Wayne Alofipo and these guys. We got Maddox and Malachi, and we got Ryder. Finally got Ryder in front of a microphone today. McCord and McKay. Guys, thanks for sharing the journey with us here, and thanks for making it fun. 57-55. Crimson Cliffs state champs of 4A. All right, we got to go. Paulie's telling me we're over time here. I don't care. We'll play a break in a minute and we'll be back. It's The Drive. Stick with us on a Monday.